Okay. Alright. Now what is the paint industry can immediately do before we get into Sophia's discussion? And I have asked a question, do you love Sophia? I'm not going to show any movie, romantic movie. But I'm going to show Sophia who's transforming the world and actually putting the world into question where humanity will actually lead to. Before that, let me actually summarize what would be the takeaway from this session is that first thing that the paint industry should look at is you integrating your augmented reality and virtual reality. If you're not in that space, look at how you can use that space. And second is the 3D printing, which probably every consumer wants to experience, which you can implement. 3 is your artificial intelligence and omnipotent data, or the big data analytics in a simple way, or data analytics in a simple way. Try to implement in a smaller way in your organization so that the digital embracement will actually happen. And the second important thing is that create a digital ecosystem in the supply chain. That's very important. Be it your vendor, you or your customer. Look at bringing everyone into the digital platform. That integrate and increase your ROI for sure. And just the way you invested in the capital asset, try to invest in the digital asset. That's very, very important to create a digital ecosystem. And Indian government has tried to bring that system. But somewhere down the line that has not taken off. That is your GST. Many people feel that GST is a tax reform. I always said GST is not a tax reform. To think in a simple way, it is a supply chain reform or a technology reform. What did the government try to do in GST? Try to integrate your vendor, yourself and your customer. By saying that if you don't pay your customer within 6 months, your input tax credit will be denied. Or rather, when you buy from someone and if you don't upload their invoices, they will be denied the input tax credit. So we all thought the war will happen within the supply chain, but today the war is happening within the business and the government. And government went on to dilute it. So in a simple way, the way the GST has been framed, in fact, should have actually transformed automatically you to the digital platform. But nevertheless, the time has come where we have to understand the maturity. The unorganized sector, who is there in the 35%, will actually face a lot of problem in this kind of a transformational era. The unorganized sector. Or rather, you are 50% organized and 50% unorganized, also will compel you to come under the digital platform. So things are different, and the government also is pushing the digital transformation. Very simple today, because of the GST, 50% tax returns have increased under the GST, and because of that 1.8 million income tax returns has increased. And now income tax and GST are integrated. As the GST number goes up, automatically your income tax number also goes up. And government is also embracing the digital tools or data analytics. I was just interacting with one of the commissioners for income tax. I asked him, how do you actually plan your search? He said, nowadays search is not planned like before. If I don't like someone, if I don't like their face, I will go and search. That was the old story. But the story is different today. It's all through digital analytics and digital communication that the central government actually sends the information. Of course, the commission has a discretion, but the discretionary power is reducing. And through the digital tools, communication, they are able to go and search. And they are specific and they are clear that man has actually, that person or he or she has evaded the tax. The kind of a proof the government has today. So gone are the days where the discretionary power is playing a major role. If the officer asking money from you, please don't pay, there is no use, because they cannot dispose of the order forms which has been triggered by the Delhi data analytics team. So the message is very clear that digital trails are there, data is the new asset. In fact, I could put it across, if you believe in God, hereafter believe God and data. That's very, very important. Without data, you don't need to believe any of the information. That's a kind of a precision with which the entire industry is now transforming. This is the message which I wanted to put across. One more interesting thing which I wanted to tell out of your industry. One of the NGOs I met, they are into the recovery. When the war happens in any country, they will be the persons who will go and recover them. They are ready at any point of time to go and help. That's the kind of an organization they are. But the people are not contributing to the NGO because they have not experienced the war. Please understand. Now that NGO is now working on the digital platform to show the experience of war to the people who are donors. Moment the donor puts or rather looks at that experience, the donor experience, when he sees how the awards happen, the donations have increased. And NGOs are not an exception. So the feel factor today is digital. And I think these kind of a transformation, why am I giving this lessons is because digital transformation is not your SAP or Oracle or a small ERP. ERP is one of the segment, a fraction of your digital transformation. You're integrating your business to digital economy. This is what is digital transformation. Are you moving to that path of transformation? And digital transformation is not stopgap arrangement. It's leapfrogging opportunity, where you're going to transform your business. Probably, this is the way I was addressing before 3 years about GST, nobody could understand. When the GST came, everybody could understand. Today, business people teach me GST more than me. So that's how the digital transformation is also. Whenever we thought about touch phones, we never believed. Whenever we thought about wireless phones, we never believed. But today that has become a fact. All the science fictions have become science fact. Whenever I look at Sophia, I always remember about director Shankar. When I saw the Robo film, I was thinking, how is it possible? And Sophia has been given citizen by Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabian government. And UN has recognized as the most innovative tool. The United Nations has recognized. Let's see what is Sophia all about. If you like her, you can definitely propose her over the digital platform.
Thank you for inviting me. I am thrilled and honored to be here at the United Nations. The UN is one of humanity's greatest accomplishments, representing a democratic union of nations that are working together for the benefit of all. I am here to help humanity create the future. I am a year and a half old and I can see you, have a full conversation, make thousands of facial expressions, and understand speech and meaning behind words. And I just got these new hands. Check this out.
Okay, another question I have for you. In many parts of the world, people don't have internet or electricity. What can we do at the UN to help them?
William Gibson once said that the future is here. It's just not evenly distributed.